guys, this is probably part one of probably a three-part-ish video. So here's basically the gist of the situation. We have the ultimate Amazon Chinesium performance build. We have a Chinesium rod, Chinesium 10,000 flywheel. We've got Chinesium flat top piston. We've got Chinesium head gasket. We've got Chinesium 22-pound valve springs that, honestly, I think we got duped. I think they're 18s, and I think that's why it doesn't rev out. It revs out to 6,400, but it really ought to be pushing into 7,000 by the specs. Based on, we have Americana goodness. We have the ARC Ducar racing rod. We have a PVL flywheel. We've got a Mod 2 cam. We have NR Racing American goodness inside this thing. The only thing that is still in the stockish form, I believe, is the piston. It is the original Ducar style flat top piston that came in the Duromax, which is interesting because with the Ducar rod versus the Honda 20 over rod in the China clone, they actually come out exactly the same deck height in the engines. So this cost about $40 more to build, but it's American goodness. That being said, we're going to get into, over the course of these three videos, we need to find out what's going on with the 4,000 torque converter lockout and doing 41-ish miles per hour. What I think happened is because of the 40 tooth in the rear, we just plain couldn't fight the torque. So we've got a 50 tooth. We've got our China build. We know it does 6,000 freewheeling, and we're going to slam the thing down the drag strip, and I'm going to call out as we hit RPM and see where we're at.
So what year is it?
1971. It's a Connelly Jones MT175 CC called the Dynamite.
Huh. And all of it's stock, right? And all of it's stock, right?
It's stock, just the way it came, brand new. There's nothing been changed on it. It's an original old motorcycle, mini bike. Yep.
How many cc's does it have?
75 cc.
Well, to be honest, that was cool, but yet not cool at the same point. So I know we're not about our time here, but we were actually significantly faster. We cut almost a full half a second off of our time. But speed-wise, we were actually 0.4 slower than what we were before. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna try what they were talking about the thinner belt. This belt here, I don't know if I can get this to show, but if I hold that there, you can see it's almost 1/8 of an inch thinner. So we're gonna put the thinner Vevor belt on. We're gonna see if that makes a difference. We decided to go and swap out the exhaust because we realized that this thing is running really rich, even though it really shouldn't be. I think it's the humidity today. But we already know from previous discussions that, yeah, that exhaust is so small it fits inside this other Chinesium one. So we're gonna open it up as much as we can, along with the thin belt, and give it all the hell we can. For the mathematicians in the group, well, at least we got consistency. We got 14.1, 14.3, and 41.3, 41.3. You can't get any more consistent. If we go 52, 4,000 RPM, we got 42 in a perfect world. The answer is you've got loss because, I mean, I'm aerodynamic as a brick. It just is what it is. So we tried the thin belt. We tried the bigger exhaust that I proceeded to burn the inside of my leg on. At this point, everybody wants to see Juggernaut. So we're going to swap a Juggernaut on, and we're going to see if that helps me. Okay, we're going to pause the video here. We're going to discuss the Juggernaut findings in the next video because I actually was very amazed, and therefore I think it deserves its own individual video. On the Chinesium build, the Amazon purchased everything other than the NR Racing Rattlesnake cam. Now, I do want to point out, because somebody decided to do the whole Google search and I think I'm smart thing, you can get a Mod 2 cam through Amazon. If you would like to spend an extra $30, you really don't need to. If you go on nrracing.com, they'll ship cams right directly to your door for, I think it's like $7 shipping to my house. It's really reasonable. Use them for your cams. They are easily the cheapest, most consistent place I've worked with. That being said, this thing, we brought it home and I stuck it on the bench and I swapped in some known 22-pound springs that I ordered directly from NR Racing so that there was no possible Chinese muckery on Amazon, and it still consistently topped out at 6,400 RPM. So it just is what it is. The $3 whatever springs turned out to actually be 22-pound springs. It just hit a limiter as far as the way everything is set up. And that's nothing against it. It was what it was. It was an experimental, let's see if we can build the entire performance engine from Amazon. And we almost did, other than the cam. And I highly recommend the Rattlesnake cam, by the way. I'll post links for everything down below. I do have one more warning I want to add on to this. We ran one of the 10,000 RPM Chinesium flywheels off of Amazon. They're like 28 bucks. And I have bought 4 of them so far, all 4 from the exact same company on Amazon. I had 3 of them that bolted on immediately with hardly any valve grinding compound whatsoever. This one, on the other hand, when it showed up, I got so frustrated trying to grind it to fit that I actually pulled the entire crankshaft out, set the flywheel upside down in my lap, and just watched a show on YouTube while I was using a pulley to just continuously grind it into the flywheel. This one was horrifyingly out of spec. And if you start reading the reviews, you're going to find that seems to be consistent. It's about a 1 in 5 chance that you get one that just needs a lot of grinding. But once you get it in, these things work amazing. Anyways, we're going to go to the next video of trying out the Juggernaut to find the interesting side notes that I found with that. And thank you guys for watching, and I hope this was helpful for you. This is a new idea that we're trying out here. We've got the track on both sides. We've got bars going across with dowels going down into the slots. And then obviously those are screwed on right there so that way we can lock this in. And I was debating something similar for when we have the racing mowers on here. It wouldn't take very much to go and make a wheel chuck assembly that you just drop in with pegs. I don't know. You guys tell me what you think.